everybody, welcome to stream 7. Yes, it's stream 7 of the Storytellers Hearth Weekend Relay. How is everybody doing today? How much work has everybody gotten done so far is the real question.
Oh, well, if we count last night, I got 2 chapters critiqued.
Good.
Today, I grocery shopped.
That's still productivity.
I've written only 1,800 words today.
That's a lot of words, though.
Yes,
but it's not considering it's like 10 p.m. for me. And I started writing at like before 7 a.m.
You've been pacing yourself.
I've been tired.
And you still got over 1,000 words done.
Yeah, almost 2,000. And I'm trying to get to 2,000 during this stream.
That sounds like a good plan.
Nice.
I approve this game.
Count world building, count anything, any little bit of progress. Count it all.
Progress is progress.
Yes.
I didn't do much yesterday or anything yesterday because I was done, but before the readathon even started. But today I've gotten up to 14 chapters roughly outlined of my current project. So it's going better than it has in like at least 3 months.
That's good.
So as my child trying to interrupt. Little flashback to the break stream earlier. Yes, progress is definitely progress. Do you guys want to do a quick intro for everybody? We'll start here.
Sure. Hi, y'all. I'm Crystal. My channel is Crystal's Cluster, where I make a cluster of content ranging from whatever I decide to do at any given day. Mostly it's live streams. On Saturday, I run productivity sprints at 12 p.m. Eastern. On Mondays, we do things a little bit different. Those are my gaming streams where I play games either recommended by folk or that I decide to do because chaos is great. Also, I have my debut novel, Incarnate's Rise, came out last week. She is available many places, especially Amazon, because I went there first and then used Drafted Digital for my second half. And it's got magic, vampires, werewolves, and a woman who is thrown into a destiny that may or may not be hers.
Ooh.
It's a paranormal fantasy chaos fire. It's going to call it a dumpster fire. It's not quite dumpster fire. That's going to be book 2.
They're just standing in front of the dumpster right now. They haven't set it ablaze.
Yes.
Yes. Warm socks forget. Annika?
Yeah, so I'm Annika. I'm really tired right now. And I write mainly YA contemporary. I write and I also apparently make videos of me writing.
Yes.
I am writing Mom's Mental Asset. On my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I am also one of the co-organizers and founders of the Storytellers Hearth Weekend Relay. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and then CB and I do 2 bonus streams for book talks. They're just whenever we both have free because we both have migraines, and she is currently in California trying to break into the industry. So sometimes she just gets jobs suddenly, and that I always support that. So, but we should be doing a book talk Monday and Friday. next week. So
Yes. Do you have plans for the book for those?
oh yeah, so our book talks are we take turns picking a book that we really enjoy but the other one hasn't read. That way there's always at least one person who's defending the book, and this way we can force the other one to read books we like. So on Monday it's her pick, which will be Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation Volume 3.
Can you make this back together?
And then Friday is my pick, which will be In the
Yay,
Forest
thank
of Pepper.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm confused.
Bye-bye.
Why is the camera going the other way?
Because it is. Bye-bye.
Jeez.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. She tried. No, I like that. Forcing people to read other books. And that's a really good way to read outside your comfort zone as well. And to get someone else's perspective on everything. I need to read more. Hello, and I'm Sarah. ADHD is my superpower and procrastination is my default setting. Should be writing. Most of the time I don't. I'm trying to fix it. We'll see how this weekend goes. Yeah, one of the kids always, it's the pain of being in their public space when you're doing the streaming. So there we go. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. So, what have you guys been working on this weekend so far?
I've been working on my book 2, which is the sequel to that thing. Trying to get some sort of outline going because I got 5 chapters in and stared at a blank screen for 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, maybe we need to, because I have a process. It's write a bit, great. Not put it down for a while, not great. Pick it back up. Realize I'm lost, try to outline, abandon the outline because I finally got the groove going, and then the outline no longer matters by the time we're done. It's fine.
That sounds like a fantastic way to write a book. A little bit of everything all rolled into
it's chaos. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. At least the books get done. And this series is 8 books in a trench coat. So
as long as the work gets done is really the only important part of the writing process, really. So if it works, however awkwardly, it works. I haven't done much. I'm supposed to be drafting my witchy YA. That didn't go very well. And then I was going to do some more outlining for my paranormal YA, my Dark Academia YA. So I'm going to do that this stream and see if I can make any progress with it.
Is the Paranormal and the Dark Academia the same book?
No, they're 2 different books. I just said paranormal by accident. That's because Crystal Paranormal. So that was just in my head.
There can very easily be overlap there, which is why
There very much can, yes. If I ever do anything, it's always going to be some overlap into fantasy because I somehow can't not write a book unless it is fantasy.
It's like I live in the contemporary world. I want the contemporary and a little bit of spice. So
yes, we all have our preferences.
Oh yeah, you're never gonna be able to tear me away from vampires and cold dead hands. It's fine.
Yeah, everything I have has to have some sort of magic system.
Not even with the vampires' cold dead hands.
I mean, to be fair, to shock only people who know of my existence, book 5 is it does have a very heavily romantic-y subplot, so there'll be cold dead hands in places. I'm sure it's fine.
Please don't give me contemporary. That's fair.
Oh. I don't think I've ever written a contemporary in my entire life.
I have, and then later I added fantasy elements anyway, so.
I feel like I could try, but something magical will probably accidentally worm its way in, and I'll be like, okay, well,
Like, I could try. It might not last long, but I could try.
probably won't last long at all, but the attempt will be there, and that'll be all. JK, hello, how are you doing today? Right, it is almost 1:15, so we shall prep for our first sprint. And by prepping for the first sprint, I will also, they're not going to pop up at the same time, but what do you do? We're going to start out with our questions. And if anyone was at the break stream earlier with me and Annika, you sort of know what I'm going to ask first because I've mentioned it. But when we're back, do you guys have a go-to app or program for writing?
My brain misunderstood this question, and I was like, no, I don't have an app on my phone for writing. And I'm like, oh, wait. Word processors are still apps.
My brain was like, I have the word app, but that's not the word I want. There's a different word. It was program because I just said it a second ago. And I was just like, it was program that I wanted. But app is just what my brain went to.
It's an application, I think. I think it's
Yeah.
But there we go. It's not going to stay up on the screen at the same, actually. There we go. That doesn't cover anyone's face. Right. So we're going to start with a 30-minute sprint. And I'll pretend to be productive while I do it. Fingers crossed. So if we're ready, we'll start in 3, 2, 1 and begin.
A 3-hour stream. Have they?
Yeah.
Good night, Emily.
I know what I'm doing most of the time. There we go. And that was the end of the first sprint. How did everybody do?
I got rough outlines for chapters 14, 15, and 16. So we're trucking along.
I finished a page and part of a page, and I was in a small Discord call to discuss some things. So. Also, I got my accessories on.
Nice.
Yes.
And I ate a snack and wrote 161 words, which is 61 words more than I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So doing really well.
And you got the snack. That's the important part.
Yeah.
I added some bits to my outline for my Dark Academia. I made it too complicated, and now I'm trying to go through and make sure all of the clues fit and all of the discoveries lead somewhere and mean something and all come together at the end. And it's taken me longer to figure all that out than I would have hoped, but I did it to myself.
It is the consequences of your own actions.
Yes, it is. Consequences of my ADHD brain taking things a bit too far.
I feel like I need a snack every so often just to stay awake.
Dude.
Yeah. Replenish the energy.
Yeah.
Phoebe's eaten meds, got some iced tea and gotten dressed.
Nice.
Getting words in when and where I can. Yeah. Rita, hello. Popping in to say hi. Hello. Right. Not that I need any more writing programs to look at, but knowing I like shiny new things, what do you guys use to do your writing?
Currently, I'm just using WPS. It's just called Whips, but I was recently recommended a program that I will be looking into after this critique, which I have to go find the name of it. Onlyoffice.com. So I'll be looking into that.
I feel like I know OnlyOffice.
Well, it was recommended to me by a friend who their editor recommended it to them. So I was like, yeah, I shall be looking.
Nice. I use Notion or Scrivener for writing, and then Notion for organizing thought brains.
How do you set up your Notion? Because one of my best friends uses Notion, but she's like a whiz at setting up all of the to-dos and everything.
Mine are self-deprecation on my part, but I ain't smart enough for Notion at times. So I watch other creators. They're like, "Hey, I made this template. I'm showing it off. It's free if you go to X." Then I go to X and I download template. The one I'm using is called Storybook Pro. By who is this one by again? I have like multiple templates for multiple things. Where'd it go? They literally sent me an email this morning. The Writing Quest channel. They have like this progress board and then a synopsis section and a chapter outline section. So I'm just like, ooh, this is shiny. I'm gonna try the shiny new thing.
I think a non-self-depreciating way to like say it is just to say that like Notion is not a skill set you have, so you take advantage of people who provide their skill set for free, and then as you're doing, just promote them.
Yeah, I mean, that is a much nicer way to put it.
Well, it's like, all programs and stuff, like they have skill sets, and humans
Yeah.
are like, we're limited in our time and our resources and stuff, so we develop different skill sets, and there's no shame in like learning or just using other people's skill sets as a starting point too, because like you could very easily, well, not necessarily easily, but like you could take those templates and sort of, oh, what's the term for it? It's where you use a template and then like you learn how to do it from the template, because like you see how the template and stuff is set up. There's a term and it is escaping my brain. But yeah, and that's how I learned like a lot of things. Like that's how I learned a lot of the like stuff on Google Sheets, is like I would take the sheets and the charts and stuff and look at the formulas that other people put in and then be like, ah, yes, reverse engineering. Thank you. That is what I, yeah, reverse engineer it. So
a lot of things have a learning curve
Mhm.
where if I know that it can do something that I don't know how to do it, I'm like, no, that's too much for me. That's too much work. Let me find some alternate way to get what it is that I need, because I'm like, I'll get too involved if I try and do it myself, and
Yes.
I try to avoid rabbit holes when and where I can.
That was what I was scared of, when it's just like, oh, cool. I want to put everything in my Notion so it's organized, but
Mhm.
also I don't want to take a billion years, because I have this rough concept of how fast I want to write these books, and I cannot spend an exorbitant amount of time trying to do this myself.
Exactly.
Yes.
And like I said, there's no shame in like admitting that other people have developed that skill set and that you are, I don't want to say take advantage, because that like has a negative connotation, but that's essentially what you're doing. You're taking advantage of their skill set, but then like in return, you're being like, oh, but this is who I use, and so then you're promoting them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But Jake, the AI
Sorry,
is
I'm
always
just,
honest.
I need something to do with my hands, and I'm like, I can just keep putting more and more stuff on
Get it?
It's like one of those tests. It's like, how many things can you pass to your child before they question what you're handing them? It's like, yeah. CB's been adulting, arranging a car appointment. Had to deal with household issues and ended up putting some chili in the slow cooker for dinner. It's all productivity. That's all that matters.
Hey, brain fuel is important.
Yes. We're writers. We forget that sometimes. So when we remember to do it, do it. Annika, what do you use for writing?
I use only Google Docs, and then for planning I use a notebook.
Yes. Do you have a organized way for your planning, or do you just...
Yeah, I have one notebook, or like half a notebook per story. And when I start a new draft, I make an insert. So like, I don't have an example here, but like an insert for that notebook to separate the two drafts from each other.
Yeah.
Like this side is for one of my stories, the one I'm currently focusing on, and when you turn it around, the other side is for another story.
I like that.
Oh, that's clever.
Because I don't need this much paper for one story.
Yeah.
For organizing, I use Milanote at the moment. So, well, a mix of Milanote and notebooks.
That reminds me, that's where some of my notes live. I got to dig those out.
Adding to the to-do list. Some Deep Mysteries, Scrivener Girly. Joanna's packing for my trip, mentally writing log lines and a summary for the book I'm pitching. Let us know the summary of the book you're pitching, and then let us know how it goes. I was a Scrivener girly. I don't use Scrivener much anymore. I use an app called Butterdocs now to do all of my writing and organising. So that's been fun. It's fun for my organising brain. Are you trying to sneak past? No?
No.
Okay. There's a child on the floor behind me. Told my family to pretend I was not here, that I was going on a writing retreat, but apparently there was nothing to eat, so I had to tell them all.
Hello, Mommy.
That's relatable. I took the kids grocery shopping today, and I was like, okay, so when we get home, I'm like from 2 to like 1 a.m. I'm going to be streaming or sitting at streams. So I'm like, if you want to use the stove or the oven, there has to be 2 of you, and you have to let me know. But otherwise, you're doing everything yourself. So plan accordingly.
Yeah.
We're like, okay.
Do it yourself. Would you like me to turn my camera off? You would prefer to crawl along the floor?
Wait, how am I supposed to
That's the one that doesn't trust you to not turn it on when they're like,
Yes.
crying.
That is her. How are you gonna what?
bring my tea over?
Oh, I don't know how you're gonna bring your tea over.
And how do you do that? What do you mean by yes?
That's a you problem if you won't let me turn my camera off then, really, isn't it?
What did you just say to that?
Oh,
Oh
children.
dear.
No, not that person.
Yeah, my children are weird. Like,
It's okay.
I don't
think
know why. I know why. I'm why, but still.
Wait, words made like that.
all children are weird. It's fine.
Yes, they are.
They're just all weird in their own way.
What way do you go?
Yes, like
Luckily,
that.
my little brother is already an adult, so he won't disturb me. Because I'm at my parents' place currently.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah,
My
you can get
little
the camera.
sister is 30, but of all of my family, she's the one who calls accidentally during streams the most often.
This side of the fridge.
She'll like call and she'll ask me a question and I'll be like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I'd talk more, but I'm on stream. And then she goes, oh, I forgot it's Monday.
And then
Whoopsie.
Yeah, I have a do not disturb
you can pass
paper taped to my door
and then I
currently.
will take it over.
Like with times when you
Immediately.
can't disturb me if you don't absolutely need to.
This is my work schedule today. Do not knock on the door.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one that helps with supper for me, my husband and my gran, and it's just like, I know we usually like eat around 5, but it's gonna be just a smidge later. So like, if you want supper earlier, get my husband to do it. Okay.
Right, child sorted out.
No, I can't get my apple today.
And then just put it on the table, it's fine. And we'll sort it out later. Or just put it on the side and we'll sort it out
I
later.
don't understand, Mom. It's got to be sorted out right now.
She's got a massive hoodie on as well that will cover her face, but she's like, no, because then they'll see my hoodie, and I'm like, okay, but you won't be on camera.
Hey, people might identify her by her hoodie. You know, I applaud the child.
Will I get seen doing this?
No, you won't.
Okay. We'll go this.
No, you won't.
Okay. Yeah, let's go over for this season.
Oh my god, I've been like that with my oldest so much more often lately. I'm like, where did you get this? And then I'm like, oh right.
Right, yeah. That would be me.
Whoops.
And then the way they talk to each other sometimes, I'm like, oh god, it's like being with my sister.
You done? You can stand up there and you won't be on camera.
My feet.
So at my son's birthday party recently, we had his birthday party at a park, and the particular park we went to has this little walking trail with a lot of Pokestops if you play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So my niece is really into Pokemon Go. Well, 2 of my nieces are. I was like, okay, we can go sneak off and do like a walk. And my daughter wanted to come, not to play Pokemon Go, but just because she likes nature walks. So I was like, okay, cool. Help me keep an eye on your younger cousin, right? And she was like, yeah, okay. And then we're like walking, and she's said something about being impatient, and I'm like, no, you have to be patient. And she's like, but why? And I'm like, you are the oldest. And she stops and she goes, I am. She's like so used to being the youngest, it just like blew her mind.
That doesn't make sense. What?
Like, what? I am the oldest here? And then like, but it was also like this weird switch flipped because from that point on, she's like a guard dog with the youngest niece that was with us. She like kept such a good eye on her. I was like, this is great.
Wow.
Plan has worked. Right, where I know what I'm doing. I promise I do. Is it this one? Yeah. Right, we're going to move into our, now that you've done crawling around on the floor, move on to our second sprint. It's not my fault she doesn't trust the camera's not off at all. I didn't sneakily turn the camera back on at one time with my eldest.
Sarah, if it makes you feel better, there was one time several years ago when one of my children, they were very upset, right? They were like having a full-blown meltdown. And then they looked at me, and the way I was holding my phone was sort of pointed at them, but I wasn't recording. I was messaging my husband to vent my frustrations so that, I didn't take it out on the child. But my child was so terrified of the idea that I was recording them and would share it online. And I was like, no. I was like, baby, I would never do that to you. Just because like that they've seen videos and stuff of parents doing that. So like it's probably not you who has instilled this paranoia in your child. It is the internet who has instilled it. So
if I'm recording my kids doing anything, it's for my own personal use. It's not to share with anybody. I need the evidence because they were too silly, too funny, or too cute, and they won't do it again when I ask them to. So that's why.
You need the emotional blackmail, but it's only for personal use. I get it.
I do. It's on your 18th birthday in front of your friends.
God, the amount of times my dad had that threat was just like, oh yeah, no, I have hundreds and hundreds of hours of recorded videos. Use a child. If you ever get married, nice
little slideshow.
Sadly, those threats did not work in my mother's favor because she'd be like, I'll show all your friends. I'd be like, do it. I'll show my friends.
To be fair, the videos degraded long before I married my husband. So
I just lack shame.
So I'd show them myself if I could.
I will. Yep. All right.
Right. Next question for after the next sprint is, what are your favorite writer tools? So this could be voice memo, notebooks, to-do lists, etc., because my brain needs more ideas to get me into writing. Not too many ideas. That won't work in my favor. We'll do a 45-minute sprint this time, and then we'll go into another 30-minute sprint for our last-ish one to round it out. So if we are ready, we'll do 3, 2, 1, and begin. Okay, and that is the end of the second sprint. How did we do? What did we get done?
My brain turned into soup after outlining the 17th chapter or finishing it, or I have no idea if I started it during the last bit or not. So then I just started messing on my phone because she's tapped. The well has dried for the day.
You need the brain break. Sam's got the blanket out.
Yep.
I finished critiquing that last chapter and didn't have. I had like 2 minutes on the clock, and the room just got chillier again. I was like, I don't have enough time to turn on the obnoxiously loud heater, so I'll just turn that on again next sprint. And for now, the blanket will do.
Sometimes a blanket is better than the heat, really. It's much more comfy, cozy.
I agree.
But yeah, so I finished critiquing chapter 4. Yes, and now I am on chapter 5 of 18.
And I managed to only get one of my 3 goals for the sprint. I was supposed to write 200 words. I wrote a little over 300, and I'm proud of myself. And I was also supposed to wash my face because you can see my mascara here. And I was supposed to change into my pajamas to prepare to go to bed after this stream. But I came to a realization which I'm not happy about. Like, kind of happy, but not. Yeah. I realized I have forgotten to mark anywhere that I'm supposed to be on stream 9. I thought my next stream was supposed to be the 11th one, but I'm on stream 9. Which starts at 4 a.m. my time.
No.
So now I'm debating even more if I should go to sleep at all or just stay awake and sleep after stream 9.
Well, I guess that depends on, like, do you think you will be able to be productive or entertaining at all if you don't sleep, or do you think the nap would help?
I'm not sure. I think I'll be able to be productive, but I'm not sure about the entertaining.
Well, see, that's one of the things that we caution about signing up to a lot of streams is to know, like, your own limits. Because when you're co-hosting on stream, like, yeah, you need to get stuff done, but you're also kind of like, you're there to talk, to chat, and to entertain, and be a host or a co-host. So, like, if you're too drained or too tired, it's kind of better to just, like, admit that and bow out. And, like, I know I will be on 9. I think it's me, Alice. I don't know who else is with us, but yeah, so 9 will still be okay. Even if you decide that you gotta sleep. Because sleep is important.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself and stuff. And you've been, like, powering through all this whole time. It's impressive.
Yeah, I know I'll be alright doing the stream, but the question is, should I sleep before that?
And I'm a proponent of team nap.
Yeah.
It's always weird with naps because sometimes naps help. Sometimes naps make you feel worse.
Yeah, that's why I was asking
gamble.
What camp is she in? Because I know, like, for migraines, a lot of times naps will just make it worse. But I also, like, my husband, he naps and it, like, solves all his world's problems. And I get so jealous of that.
I think everybody doing the weekend relay will always have at least one weekend where they try to participate as much as they can. And then quickly realize, like, oh wait, hang on.
Yeah,
Let's not do this next time. I think it needs to happen, especially if you're new, so you can see where your limits are.
Yeah, but I did like 7 streams last time, like in June or July,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You're
And they were like the earliest one was at 5 a.m. and I did well on that. And I marked my availability into the sheets the same way I marked in June, because that worked out well for me. And then I didn't realize we're gonna move clocks this weekend.
Right, yeah. Forgot that was happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
forgot about that as well.
Tomorrow at 4 a.m. the clock is gonna be set back an hour. That actually means I have 1 hour more time to sleep, so maybe I should.
That is also true.
Nap, 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 nap.
Yeah, maybe I'll get ready to bed this sprint and
just
then
lay
go to
there
sleep after this.
instead of
And
counting
see what
you count crystals going nap, nap, nap.
Yes.
What was that, sorry? We're out of sugar. Oh dear.
3 left.
Oh dear.
I saw a preview of CB's look. It looks great.
I'm looking forward to it, CB. Still haven't eaten lunch, but I should. Yes, Shannon, you should.
Food
Don't
good.
feed yourself.
Progress was. See, this is the thing. We'll keep tabs on each other. Everyone, make note. Check Shannon has eaten, and we'll see her next in the comments. There is going to be another sprint, probably in the next 10 minutes, because I've got children who are going to complain if I don't tuck them in shortly. But you know,
Sarah,
I'll
whatever
sort that out.
child is behind you, their silhouette looks like my middle child, because I was like, the fuck is my kid doing back there? I was like, hold on.
That is my eldest.
It's been on camera this entire time.
Yeah, sorry, you're on camera. Don't sit in your chair because you will be seen.
They were like, damn it, Mom, I just wanted to make a sandwich.
It's late night snacks. Sandwich. Yeah, see, everyone's saying nap, Annika. Either go short enough not to trigger REM or long enough to complete at least one cycle.
Sadly,
Yeah.
doesn't work for everybody, but that is the general advice.
Yeah.
Hello,
You'll find what
Nia.
works. I'll be there in a minute, I promise. Am I taking your phone back? Hello, Nia. How are you? I'll be there in just a second.
Hey, how you doing?
Right, I'm going to quickly go and tuck these guys in, but I'll leave everything up to discuss favorite writer tools. What else do you guys use to do your writing, planning, organizing? How many notebooks do you have because they're pretty that you don't use?
My notebook.
Too many.
I mean, I have an entire drawer right behind me dedicated to like Zelda and fantasy notebooks I have that I haven't touched yet.
Uh-huh.
That cubby here is all notebooks that are just too pretty to write in. But yeah, my thing is Scrivener, and it's just turned on, add chapters. I barely use it efficiently, but I like it, and it's great. And it's got at least 3 stories in it now, so it's starting to lag. But it's fine.
When you
You
have
like it
too
with the
many and it starts to lag, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that pain.
I should
I
move
get that
stuff
with-
around, but what if I need it?
That is true. It needs to be easily accessible
Mhm.
or visible, because if it's not, I'm just going to forget it exists.
Yep.
And then I'll never find it again when I need it.
Yep. Which is what happened to my Millinote notes. I'm pretty sure that's where all my characters' ages are, and I've been for days trying to find them. And Sam reminded me Millinote still exists.
It does.
So now I have to
Yes,
go look. That's probably where it is.
It has a search feature too, so you can.
I haven't touched it in like 5 years.
There have been quite a few updates.
Oh.
You can make charts in there and stuff now. It's great. As to CB's comment about notebooks, like taking too many notes in notebooks and stuff, here's the thing. A lot of my notebooks have a bunch of like sketches and stuff, and then my sketchbooks have sketches and story notes. So
You just find whatever's closest and you're like, yeah,
I do.
I'm going to write my thoughts in that today.
Right now, this is my current story notebook, which is great because at the front, it's got like notes and stuff for like research, and then in the back, it's got some money information.
Ooh. Oh, it's a mix of everything.
Because that's what I do. And then like on this side, this is the schedule for the last Storytellers part. Because it's like yes, this is my very organized like story stuff. And then I'm like, I need to make a random note, flips to the back. Who knows what's back here? I don't.
Yeah, I've got so many. If I don't have something next to me specifically, I'll use whatever I can find, which then tends to be random pieces of paper.
Yep.
And which then I lose all of my notes because they're not in the one place that they need to be.
Yep.
Like I should do this, CB, but it will get moved. I'll lose it, and then I'll just find the closest next thing to write my
CB
stuff
has
on.
a slight advantage over me and you, Sarah.
Mm.
The only child in her home is a fuzzy one.
That would help. I think half my stuff gets hidden by the children putting their things on my desk when they're tidying. Hence why it tends to go
my
missing.
children or my husband, like on the one hand, they're trying to be very sweet because they'll put like it's my stuff that they stack, but because they stack my stuff on top of my other stuff, I'm like, where did the one thing go?
Oh, good.
I'm coming, I promise. You want your bottle? There you go. Right, we're going to start this next sprint.
So that Sarah can go mom.
So I can go mum, yes. The last sprint of the stream, which I'll start immediately because my child is glaring at me from the doorway. So if we are ready, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1 and begin. Okie dokie, and that is the end of the final sprint. How did everybody do?
Just played on my phone some more and closed all the things because supper's pretty much like the second I go off camera, I'm gonna get supper.
Nope. I know things. We take all the time you need on your phone. We feel that well. No end to the type of productivity.
I got about somewhere between half and 2/3 of a page critiqued. My migraine shot kind of has me going in and out at the moment, so
Yeah.
I'm like slowly critiquing while doing other things because I can't like 100% focus right now. But I'm like,
Yeah.
every paragraph is another paragraph done. So, and I also at the beginning of the sprint, and I went and spent a little bit of time with my husband before he went off to work. So
that's good. What did we get done? Did you change into your pajamas this time, Annika?
Yeah, I changed into my Halloween pajamas.
Nice.
Oh, they're cute.
And wrote like maybe 200 words, and washed my face and cleared my bed, so I'm ready to sleep.
Nice.
Done all of the hard work.
Yeah.
I've done some outlining. I've outlined 3 chapters. I'm in Act 4 now.
nice.
Had to change some plot around because it wasn't making sense where I had it originally. But luckily this is a redraft and not a first draft, so most of this stuff I already know. I just need to be adding to it. So it's most of the hard work has already been done, thankfully. I only wrote for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but I've got 118 words.
Nice.
118 words more than you had before you started. Adjusted my makeup because of a comment from my roommate.
Roommate, man.
Tut, tut. Tut, tut. I hope it wasn't too mean a comment. I'm more of a...
Understood what her makeup was supposed to be.
Oh. Well. Okay. Not bad, just not the reaction I was going for. Okay. I see. Didn't have your intended effect. Now I'm very, very curious to see what it looks like.
Well, she's hosting the break stream next, so
The brace unit, so I will be able to see for myself. I love other people's makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup myself, but I love it when people do like really, really cool or extravagant or colorful like makeup looks.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just another form of creativity, and I love. That looks so cool. I could never, but also sort of in my head, I could do that if I tried. Even though I really couldn't. But that's my really weird ADHD brain thinking I can do stuff I probably should not attempt. Okay. So what has everybody got planned for the rest of the relay today?
I'm gonna keep trucking away at these critique. I don't expect to get all 18 chapters done. My actual goal is to have the book critiqued by the end of November. So anything I get done before November 1st is actually I'm just ahead. So trying to get as far ahead as I can.
As well.
I may, if the brain fog gets too strong, I may switch over to reading instead, because I do need to get quite a few books read for streams next week. So
yeah. And you guys have got busy November, really, haven't you? Not busy, but you guys have got like Thanksgiving and on the tail end of November to.
Birthdays. My husband, my mom, and two nieces have birthdays in November, and then Thanksgiving.
As much of it done before that. Because life. Some Dick Mystery's got to keep writing.
I'm probably done for the day. I'll work on the outline more tomorrow during the rest of the readathon. My goal is to get the outline done by November 1st. And even if it's not done, I'm just going to start drafting because that'll be me abandoning the outline because it's November. I've done the Preptober stuff. If I don't finish it, I just go into drafting. Fine.
So, to be fair, if you do quite a lot of outlining, you've still got outline to draft 2 at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
So you can make a start. You've got the first little bits there at least.
I've gotten past the hump that I was on. So it is progress has been made and it did help.
All progress is progress.
Yes.
It's going to be my mantra for the rest of my life. Oh, progress is progress.
I hope he keeps telling me that. Sometimes my brain just, hits imposter syndrome mode and I sit in the fetal position just with my cozy blankie.
Favorite. Fetal position, cozy blankie, some fun music on in the background.
Yep.
Trying to chill. I'm probably just gonna see if I can get all of Act 4 done and sort of re-outlined. Probably do that by the end of the weekend if I focus. I've only got like 6 chapters left to do. Not very detailed outlining, but some form of outlining. That will hopefully then motivate me to start actually writing the thing. So we'll see how that goes.
All progress is progress has been my mantra for 14 years, which happens to coincide with when my oldest was born.
Well, any progress with kids is major progress. Absolutely. Progress expectations change dramatically when you've got kids.
It does. Before children, it's like, yeah, I can do 2,000 words a day. After children, it's like, yeah, I can do 2,000 words a year.
Yeah. If I spend 5 minutes thinking about my writing, that is success in my book on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I realized the other day, I'm like, because I was laying there before bed thinking about something, and I'm like, it used to be when I went to bed and I laid down to think about stuff, it was scenes and it was stories. And I would just, and I'm like, I don't even know what I think about before bed anymore.
What you've got to do tomorrow.
I was like, hold on, when did this change? I don't think I like this.
We do what we can, and we celebrate the little things.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, it is 10 to, I'm not going to time zone it, it's 10 to 11 where I am right now, which probably means it's about 10 to
6 Eastern
6.
time, which is the events time zone.
So your next stream is your second of the mandatory breaks with CB over on the channel. If you are in the playlist, you'll immediately be taken over to that stream once this one ends, just to save you guys having to find all of the channels on YouTube. Yes, with CB.
Yeah.
No one worked during this stream.
I don't work during the breaks.
How are you going to stop me? I mean, wait, I'm supposed to be encouraging the breaks. Yes, everybody, we take a break for an hour.
Yes. I can't stop you, but I will look towards a comment you make in the comments.
Like that
We will
moment.
all shake our fingers to you if you work.
Yes, you'll get the disappointed mum look when we see you next.
That moment when my inner rebel overcame my weight. I'm supposed to be the disappointed mom in the equation.
Oh right, yeah, that. Yeah. Does everybody want to do a quick outro before we go and listen to CB's delightful commentary?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm Crystal. My channel's Crystal's Cluster. I make a writing content based on whatever I decide to do at any given day. I stream Mondays and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. One is gaming, the other is writing, except for in the reverse order. I also have my debut novel just came out last week. It is monsters, vampires, werewolves, magic, and a woman who is forced into a destiny that may not be her own. It's my paranormal secret lineage fantasy of absolute chaos.
For those of us who can't read the tiny text on our screen, what is it titled?
It is Incarnate's Rise, and it is the first book in the Godsborn series. My 8 books in a trench coat.
Woohoo!
Love 8 books in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Love it. Annika.
I'm Annika. I write and I apparently make videos about writing. I write mainly YA contemporary. And yeah, that's it. Sam.
Sorry. I am writing Mom Smith on my channel. I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I stream on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do write-ins, parties, talk about things. Monday, we will be doing a Let's Talk on Interview with a Vampire, the movie. The original movie, as far as I know, which, funny enough, never seen it. I've seen its prequel, Queen of the Damned, but never actually seen Interview. So it's interesting for me because I think they are two very different Lestats.
Yeah.
They are both good in their own way.
We will also be doing a book. Mine and CB's book talk is also Monday, where we will be talking about Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Volume 3. And Friday, we will be talking about In the Forest of the Night, which is one of the first vampire novels I ever read. So is the book I largely attribute to me deciding to be a novelist, because Amelia published it when she was 13 and I read it at 12. And I was like, I can do that. So, yeah.
Yes. And I've been your host, Sarah. ADHD is my superpower. Procrastination is my default setting. Thank you for joining us today. It has been, I got work done. It's been absolutely fantastic. I will see all of you, more than likely, in the comments in the next stream, which is CB's break. And then, depending on how tired I am, maybe in the next stream after that, but definitely at some point tomorrow. So make sure you grab your water and everything. Get ready for some rest and relaxation, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.